Anybody else? Yeah, you're back.
Is your hope after doing Iron Man 3 that it allows you to kind of do the things you want to do? Not that you don't want to do Iron Man, but it allows you, I mean, it's like the Spielberg thing. He does a big film to do Munich.
Yeah. It allows me to do my Casey Anthony biopic, yeah. It's actually from the child's point of view.
If you could do anything you wanted, what would you do? Like if they just greenlight anything you'd pick?
If I could do anything I wanted. You know, I love indulging the things that made me so happy when I was a kid. One of them was the old pulp, so there's got to be a way to do Doc Savage correctly, you know? I haven't found it. I'm still trying. We've written the script, and it's almost there. You know, it's a work in progress. It really, we're almost there. I think we've almost caught what it can be. Because it's just, wow, man, when there was 182 stories, and you've read them for 40 years, and then to sum it up in 130 pages, oh my God, you know, that's like sift through the phone book and, you know, come out with everyone with 2 A's in a row. It's tough. It's tough. Yes, sir?
Is there a particular storyline or run of Iron Man or since Iron Man that influenced you in writing during Iron Man 3?
Yeah, I like the storyline where he was really rich and there was a villain, and then at the end he wins. I mean, I cannot speak about the particulars of Iron Man because what would the fun be then? You know. Plus, I'll tell you the particulars, they might change tomorrow. You know what I mean? But no, I will say this: I went back and read a lot of Iron Man, and it's informed by a great many things that I've collated and read, because I had to revisit and sort of re-educate myself about this character. He's sort of changed over the years, and from the old Bob Layton comics up until now. And I like Don Heck. Even as a kid, I knew Don Heck was a bad artist. You know? I just knew he's not. These aren't as fun to read. Why? He was drawing his shit. I mean, I can draw that. So. And I used to make my own comic books. I still do. I drew. This is interesting. I drew a character who, at the time, was inappropriately named Super Boober. And Super Boober changed over the years, but he was a guy who got caught in a nuclear reactor, and it blew up, and he didn't die, but he got filled with all this energy. And it was going to kill him, so they put antennas in his head, and when he wanted, he could blow off the energy. He could shoot it as a magnet, as a ray gun. He could fly with it by shooting it this way. So he had antennas which were constantly bleeding off this buildup, and he would purge it by ejaculating it out of his antenna. And this, I was 8 years old. Where did that come from? You know? I think I might have been molested. Yeah.
Do you have any good stories about working on Predator?
Predator, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Shane did act in Predator.
It's hard to think of good stories. They're just good people, you know. Bill Duke, Jesse Ventura. I love Jesse. And I like listening to Jesse now on the 99%. He just goes on these rants, and he's somehow more articulate than most people about it. Stories about Predator. There was I can tell you.
Just a picture.
Sonny Landham. Actually had a bodyguard because he got in so much trouble. I was the only one that Sonny would sort of trust. He'd go into a bar and I'd get a call like, "Can you come down here? Well, Sonny's in the bar and he won't leave. He's terrorizing people." And I go down and there's these poor Mexican people crouched in the corner, Sonny at the bar, and the phone would ring. It's like a customer. You go, "No one wants to fuck you, so what the fuck are you calling for?" Hang up. Ooh, another drink. And so I would get him out of there. And Sonny, in the scene where they're standing the next day, when he's kind of hungover, and we're standing with Schwarzeneggers, Major, there's something in those trees. Something, it ain't human. And he had the trots, and so you could, he's like desperate. In the second he said, and it ain't human, cut, and he'd run into the porta potty. And then you got the Major. It ain't human, Major. And it was just funny to me because you got to see that, when I see the finished scene, all I could think now in that really serious scene is he's desperately clenching. And he's about to run for the hills as soon as the cut. Oh, well, Endopedia Carrillo was a lovely girl, but boy, she didn't like to be treated like a... The men would sort of condescend to her. They were tough guys, and she didn't like to be treated. She was a feminist. So there was some fireworks with Opedia, which I really enjoyed. At one point, she turned and socked Joe Silver in the face. And his glasses flew off, and me and Sonny were just sitting there. Should we intervene? No, we should.
Let's just watch.
It was a fun set, man. It was a lot of fun. And, yeah, we run through the jungle. Who else was in that? Was it Richard Chavez? Yeah. He's the one I haven't seen for a while. I've seen Jesse, I've seen Bill too. And we're just getting old, man. That was 25, 26 years ago. Wow. Can you believe that? That really sucks. You know, I think it's kind of a midnight movie. I don't think it did well enough that people would consider making another one. It just wasn't that successful, except among very verified, and believe me, I'm grateful to you, to fans like yourself and Los Angeles type people. I think if you go to Missouri and say, kiss, kiss, bang, bang, kids, they'll get the hell out of Missouri, you know. We're busy making cream of wheat.
Did they try to talk you into doing Iron Man in 3D?
No, they actually, there's another guy up for Iron Man 3 at the same time. It was David Donkin. I don't know if he really wanted it or not, but I fought with the notion of, you know, I wanted the job because I started to get into it. I started to get some ideas for how to personalize or make it unique. And so I was really grateful I gave it to him. Marvel, you know, say what you will about the fact that, you know, they invented copper wire by stretching a penny. They're really good to me. They're really good to me. And I enjoy working there. I still call up Lou Esposito, and he's just a fun man. And Kevin Feige's terrific, and Stephen Broussard, and Victoria Alonso. So, what's not to like other than, you know, other than a paycheck?